Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat. We're back to the original design. Well, not the original, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm here with my fellow host,
I'm Jack.
and Joker will not be joining us today. Apparently, he's not feeling too great, so hopefully he'll be here for tomorrow with the live Nerd Chat to count down every single we're gonna just have fun, and we're gonna count down to midnight in every time zone on the in the continental USA. Um, or at least we're gonna try. We're gonna try to do that. We'll see how exactly it goes, but yeah, you can join us for that. That'll be fun. If this is happening afterwards, cool. But that should be happening later tonight. We are going to be starting that at 7 p.m. PST. So look forward to that. We and yeah, that'll give me time to set up and everything. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy. I think I'm gonna after this video has uploaded. It should be saying that hey, we're going to be going live at this point. But we'll see exactly how things turn out. But anyways, so yeah, this is the last live nerd. This is the last recorded nerd chat of the
Yes,
year, which is that's insane to think about. Um,
it is wild. Like 2024 has literally like disappeared. I don't
you
know
mean
where the fuck it's
2023?
gone.
It's 2023.
What did I say?
You
What did
said
I say?
2024.
Oops, that's not what I meant. Oh gosh,
But yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah, 2023 is just like
2024 has
flown by.
flown
It's
so
like
fast. Yeah.
in some degrees it feels like it's been like one of the longest years, but at the same time it also feels like it's been one of the shortest years.
Oh no, it's been so short. 2020 was after 2020 being so long
Yeah.
with the ice storm and then the or no. Well, 2020 was there was
COVID.
COVID and then the fires and then the ice storms and then all kinds of crazy shit going on and it was just ugh.
It was awful. Yeah. But like for the record, let's take a look here. So, our first video of the year. Let's see here.
It would have been like a January 5th or something
Yeah.
crazy.
Let's see here. So, first
6th
video.
maybe.
So, our first video of the year was Nerd Chat 35 Happy New Year. Um, and pretty much the majority of what I did at least this year was nerd chats. So 36,
Yeah.
37, Miraculous leaked, no spoilers. Basically there was like a leak that happened and I was like, I'm not going to go over any of the spoilers. I'd seen them, but I wanted to talk about like how it was kind of ridiculous how it was leaking and stuff. Um,
Mhm.
then I did my Sonic Frontiers honest review. So Sonic Frontiers came out this year. Um, or was it? It might have been last year, but it was near the end of the year at least. Um, Final Fantasy VII remake that came. Me and Mi Quixote and I think she was Backwater J at that point. She might have. I don't think she transitioned yet. Astrid Lenore now, but that was our. We did a let's play a Final Fantasy VII remake, just as like a little in between episode for what had happened the previous year. We had done a huge series for a good while where we would go through the original Final Fantasy VII over on Quixote's channel, and then we decided to do a new episode that was specifically just focusing on the remake, just to like show them how different the remake was. So it was interesting. Then we had Nerd Chat 38. I did a honest review of Crisis Core Reunion. Then I did my honest review of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Uh, Crazy Food Truck showed some love. Pandora 7 showed some love. And
Pandora 7. I was so mad at you guys for that shit.
so that was in February, and then in then SpongeBob SquarePants. Since there was the new game that came out that I think that was at the beginning of this year. Cosmic Shake came out, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do a review of that. So that was fun. And then Nerd Chat 40. Oh, I did show Lunar some love, which for those of you who don't know, that was a pretty early game. I think originally it was on one of the old Nintendo systems. I don't remember which one, but it was like the version that that Quixote has is the PS1 version, and I have the PSP version. So we did a little bit of discussion on that, and I think I did a little bit of a Let's Play, but I don't know if I did. Then I did show Reincarnated as a Sword some love, Nerd Chat 41, 42, which was finally the book exchange.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Which we did attempt to do that this year, but there were some complications. So that's so while there some things did happen, there was also like some there's been some chaos. So if
Joker got his book, that was from me. That was it was the Hyrule Historia, the Zelda book.
Yep.
That was cool.
And
I don't know
that was
why
this
yours
year.
Didn't,
I
don't know why yours didn't send this year. I'm gonna send it on Friday, so that it can get to you. But I'm excited for yours. I think yours is gonna be something you're gonna enjoy, and if you don't, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But
and then I also sent you guys both.
And you
books.
sent me a super awesome book about trains. It's got my favorite train in it, so I'm thrilled.
Yeah. Legitimately, I was like, let me look at trains things, and I saw that, and I was like, that works.
Yeah, it was great.
So that was fun. So yeah, so nerd. So yeah. So book exchange. Show Buddy Daddy some love. I did a video about that. Did you guys ever watch that?
Nope.
Okay. Basically, it's about these two assassins who end up adopting a little girl, and they have like a.
Oh my gosh.
It's they're not. It's kind of a weird situation because technically they're not, neither of the well, maybe one of the characters might be gay, but like one of the characters is clearly not gay, but they're basically these two dads that are kind of doing a lot for gay rights as well. It's kind of a weird story. Give it a watch if you get a chance. It's just kind of fun. Then we did Nerd Chat 43, Nerd Chat 44. I think that was one of our first. I don't know if we live streamed that or what, but that was when we were trying to get Iron Leaves. So.
Oh gosh, yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, which is insane to think about, but yeah. Then there was Nerd Chat 45, which was a Lunar. We talked about a little bit about Lunar. I don't know exactly what we talked about. Then for April Fools, I made a video about how Marvel stole Moon Girl from me. And,
oh my god, yeah.
It's just so stupid that me and Marvel both came up with this an idea for a character called Moon Girl right about the same time, and like I happened to be like a year before them, and it's just like technically they stole from me, and I have evidence of it, and I used DCUO as basically my proof of here is the proof that I created my Moon Girl before they did. So what's kind of funny is that even though this is an April Fool's video, I can still if when I do come out with my Moon Girl actual series, I can literally point to this and say I created her first. Like you can't like just because of the fact that I didn't come out with like a comic or anything. Yeah, there's a lot with that, and it's just kind of funny. But I'm not gonna go into all the details with that. But yeah, it was just funny. Then there was Nerd Chat 46. I did my farewell to Hunter's Guild Red Hood because the fact that the manga had just released the final volume here in America. So there was.
Oh yeah, there's only like 3, right?
Yeah. I think.
How many is there in Japan?
Huh?
How many is there in Japan?
It's the same amount. It's.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately, the series ended, and um, me, me, Joker, and Matt were all kind of a little bit disappointed when we saw that that ended, and it was just, oh
Was it
well.
like a purposeful ending, or they got canceled kind of
They got
situation?
canceled.
Oh,
Basically,
boo.
the series was, um, it didn't do well, which is just kind of a weird
Um,
situation because honestly, it felt like a series that a lot of Americans would really enjoy because it's literally about hunting werewolves and stuff. But I think like the big reason why it didn't do well was just because the fact that uh this the series just as a whole just had issues, and yeah. Um
oh,
and also there was other things that were way more popular at the time, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, and it was like there's already all of these dark and gritty series. We don't need to have people didn't want another one, and it was just,
yeah.
which is kind of weird because like it still has its cult following, especially like the horny people.
Oh my gosh.
People are
Okay.
very horny for like the main female character and this other female character. Basically, like the two, they're basically these huge women who are really strong and powerful. So everyone's just like, "Mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry." And it's just
I
like,
mean,
so it still happens. It's
uh,
just it's not as common as it was back when it first came out, but it still has its cult following. So so maybe at some point it will come back. We'll see. But I
that would
really
be
enjoyed
good.
it. So if it, absolutely, if you get the chance, do read that. It's been fun. Um, then I did my playing Minecraft Legends for the first time. Show Dress Up Darling some love, which you did a disclaimer for to basically say that don't listen to him, he's being crazy. Um,
Oh, I did do that, didn't I?
yep.
I'm
Uh,
so funny.
yeah, it was just like, to be fair, like my Dress Up Darling is not really something that is appropriate for children, so yeah, understandable. I did want I did want there to be a disclaimer, but at the same time, I was gonna talk about like it is a cute series, and if you do get it, and I think that a lot of people would enjoy it, but it is also very mature. um, so yeah. Uh, and then I did Miraculous is back, and I didn't do too much with Miraculous this year, which is kind of insane. I don't know when my last video was, but I slowly started to slow down this year because it was just it was hard to keep up, and
Yeah.
occasionally there would be these huge breaks at a time, and then when it finally came back, I was just like, okay, do I want to do a video about this? And then I just didn't do it, and then we had like a huge storm of just it kept going, and I just completely lost track of things and couldn't keep up.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was just how that went. And on top of the fact that like Miraculous would
Oh, is
air.
that Clarice?
Oh, you just found That's fun. Yeah. Um
Oh no.
but yeah, with Miraculous especially, it was just like um we would record nerd chats right as the episode would air, and then I would also have work, so it's just like there was I would be watching the episode like a few days late, and there was just eventually it just piled up and I couldn't keep up, unfortunately. I could keep up with watching it, watched every single episode as it came out, but making a video about it was just not that great.
Oh, that was good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Now they're so pissed off, and they're like, "How the fuck are you not wet?"
Oh, you're at that point. Yep. Oh, I love that. I love.
He's like, "How the fuck am I not wet?"
Yep. Honestly, I love freaking. I love Percy Jackson. It's so good, especially. Well, we need to do more videos about that. In the New
I
Year's.
will say, I think that they did a thoroughly good job on this.
Yes.
I
And
can explain. No, you can't. That's correct.
yep. But yeah. So it's just like with that especially, it's just like I'm kind of annoyed how many people are kind of pissed at it and not liking it. I don't understand that. I really don't.
It literally makes no sense to me.
I think I'd like to watch some people's reviews of it to be like, okay, what are the people not liking about this series? because
Yeah, no, I've read some reviews, and so far their nitpicks are really dumb.
so like what are you saying?
Like what I've seen is Annabeth being black. That was a
That's so
huge
fucking
thing.
stupid.
People were so pissed about the sheer number of black people in this show, and I'm over here like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, there's like some good
As
representation.
much diversity as you can throw in there, just shove it in there.
Yeah,
Because
like
diversity is very real. Like, and also, this is Greek mythology. If you think those gods can keep it in their pants, regardless of race, you are insane.
yeah.
The Greeks are notorious for just fucking anything that moves.
Oh my gosh. There. I think it's kind of funny though because like people. I think one good thing that I heard was like when people found out that Zeus was going to be played by a black guy, they were like, "Oh, so we're going to see Thalia and Jason as being black," and I'm like, that doesn't mean much. And honestly,
No, but it does mean they're probably going to be mixed-ish. But also,
yeah.
gods can change their appearance however they want. So.
Yeah, so that's one thing, but also another thing about that is just like Jason doesn't like based off of his story with him and not Hazel, him and Piper, thank you. Is they dealt with a lot of the racism and stuff because of the fact that she was
Piper is mixed.
Yeah,
she's indigenous and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to deal with a lot of that, and it was just like she had to deal with a lot of racism in that part of the book, and it was just like
it's really interesting when she gets to Camp Half Blood and she's like, excuse me.
Yeah. So it's just like so I think that it's important that he be white because there was a lot of things that went on with that was just like, oh, now I understand, and it was part of the learning process. Is like there's a lot of racism that white people just do not understand, unfortunately,
and we can't because so the thing is, and I've discussed this with my friend she is black, and we've had a lot of discussions about like what it means to be racist and anti-racist and like what it means, like all these different things. And coming at it as a white guy, it's kind of hard because like not only do I have the whole white thing, I'm also a man, so that's like, you know, it's a thing. And so I was talking with her, and we came to the conclusion we're like, singular people can act racist towards anyone of any race of any kind. However, the system itself is racist towards specifically people of color because people who are white have always been the majority who have ended up taking over the world. That's why when literally the funniest thing I've ever read in my life is that there is an Independence Day from Britain celebrated about once a week.
Wow. That's
throughout the whole year, once a week, there's an Independence Day from Britain celebrated.
Like where? In
at least anywhere, just various places around the world.
Wow, that's insane.
Because the joke used to be the sun never sets on the British Empire.
Yeah.
Because they just fucking took over the whole goddamn world. And eventually people wised up and were like, these guys are dumb. We should have independence from them. And so they did. They like literally they gained independence, and so now like literally once a week or so there's an Independence Day from Britain somewhere around the world.
That's insane. That's fun.
It is wild, right?
Yeah. Like obviously we like everyone thinks of 4th of July, and it's like, but if you think about it, everyone had like an Independence Day.
A lot of places were independent from Britain.
Yep.
That's a thought right there, where you have to sit there and realize, like, oh God, we're not the only people in the world.
Yep.
But then you think about how many of those places also didn't, like, they didn't start off as British empires for a good reason, so there was a lot of issues with, okay, we're independent from Britain, now also fuck the indigenous. Like, really?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, and that's like another thing that's really important with Piper, especially, is because of the fact that she is Cherokee.
Yeah.
Like she deals with a lot of like those issues. And honestly, I'd kind of like to see more from her character in like future
And if
books.
I'm not mistaken,
but,
Cherokee is one of the Native American tribes where you literally cannot call yourself that you are Cherokee unless you're registered with a tribe.
yeah.
So that's an intense thing. That means that she not only is she genetically and historically like indigenous, but she also has experiences going and like being involved in indigenous culture that's still permeating uh, the world today. Like that's a big difference from I'm 1/16th Chippewa to I'm registered with the Cherokee Nation. Like,
Yeah. So so yeah, I think like that's one of the reasons why like if Thalia is more mixed, then whatever. I don't give a shit. That's fine. But with Jason specifically, I think that it's kind of important for him to be,
not to mention Jason is described as blonde hair, blue eyed.
yeah. And I think that that's kind of like the of all of the different characters, I think he is the most important that he be white. And it's
He was shockingly, but and I don't think enough people realize this that he was supposed to mirror Percy. That was the whole point.
Yeah. And
so the fact that so Percy's over here and he's flossing and peeing. What the heck?
Well, it's because he's bored.
And found a lizard. Alrighty.
Tell me that's not him, though.
No, this is like the most accurate portrayal of Percy I've ever seen in my life.
Like, honestly, like, to be fair, Flossie didn't exist at that point, but at the same time, it's like, if this was in modern world specifically, then he would be flossing, especially at that age.
Oh god, it's Clarice.
Yeah. But,
they did a really good job casting for this, honestly.
Yeah, they did. And I think it's kind of funny with, like, even though there is always, like, Annabeth is always described as having blonde hair and gray eyes. And with that, I think, like, the important thing that people aren't understanding is, like, with her specifically, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, the most that matters is the gray eyes. And if they want to change that, then that's fine. Like, that's just something that he, like, decided gray eyes was going to represent Athena. And
right.
Honestly, if he's fine with changing that, then that's cool.
Mythology doesn't say that she has gray eyes. Nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's a big, huge Athena known thing. Now, if they changed her symbol away from the owl, then yeah, I'd be upset. But they didn't do that.
They definitely didn't do that. But yeah, so I think that it's important for them to make these changes. And to be fair, I had always imagined like they don't describe anything about they don't do too much of a description of Annabeth's father.
Yeah.
But I've always pictured him as black. Like
yeah.
Who's that? There's that one actor. Did you watch Eternals?
I think like Sterling K. Knight.
Huh?
I think like in my mind, her dad is Sterling K. Knight from This Is Us.
Could you send me an image of him?
Yeah.
But I was like, I think I watched Eternals right around the time that this came. That I read, the books, specifically the one where Annabeth's father gets introduced. And like, there's the one of the
Sterling K. Brown. Sorry, hold on.
One of the two. One of them is has like a family, and like one like when I saw them, like the two images just kind of mixed, and it was just like, you know, seeing him as like a great dad. It's like, oh yeah, him. Like I would cast him in like a heartbeat to be Annabeth's dad.
Yeah. Let me send you who I was picturing.
I mean, that could work. I think he could absolutely work. The guy that the guy that I was imagining is a little bit more heavy set of a man.
Oh yeah.
I'm not remembering exactly his name, but that's like kind of what I imagined, and it was just like, I think it was partially just due to the timing of when that came out, or the fact that I watched Eternals as I was reading Percy Jackson, and then just just the two characters just kind of combined in my mind, because he's a good dad. He does have like he does definitely have his flaws, but the two characters just kind of melded because he was pretty much exactly who I was imagining at the time. So
Yeah.
the two characters
That makes
just
sense.
melded, and it was just like, when this happens, could he be the dad? Like, I would 100% be okay with that. And he's not like a super main character, so it's not like it would be too weird. I don't know. So I think that so with that being the case, it's like, yeah. So what's up?
Well, hey, that's so cool how he's being claimed.
Oh, yeah, you're seeing the
It's
claim.
so much bigger than I imagined.
Yeah, when I imagined it, I was like, oh, it's just like a little trident on, and it's just the trident head above his head. It's not like the full freaking trident.
Yeah, no, but this makes a lot of sense. But I was like, whoa.
That's cool. That's like such a big claim, and it feels like it would be like something that, like one of the big three doing that just makes so much sense. And I'm just imagining when we see Nico and Bianca get claimed.
Seriously.
So wait, I'm forgetting what their do you remember what Hades' symbol was for that?
Wasn't it just a skull?
He might have just been a skull. I think you might be right there. But I'm also like imagining the Bident as his symbol. I don't know. Like the trident just makes sense for Poseidon, but like, could you? That would be funny. So I don't know. I'm not certain exactly what they would do. But yeah, like the huge giant freaking trident above his head is just like.
Oh yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, isn't that like? It's like his height, right? It's like as big as he is, so it's just like, yeah, that works. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, for the rest of this year, I've pretty much just been doing We've just been doing nerd chats. Like there was an occasional video everywhere, that I would do. Like I did Final Fantasy 16 unboxing, played Final Fantasy 16 live, more miraculous videos. I tried to keep up, but I couldn't. Tears of the Kingdom did an honest review. I did a honest review of the entire Percy Jackson universe, and I still don't think I did well for that.
You don't think so?
No, I really don't. I think like I could have said a lot more.
Oh.
And it was a really long video for like an honest review. So I'm just like, I didn't there was a lot that I could have cut out, and at the same time I could have done like a lot more. It was just, I didn't really know what to do exactly, because like obviously at that point I had just read the entire series. I hadn't read like I still haven't read Demigods and Magicians, but I've read pretty much everything else at this point. I don't think that I don't think the two newest books had been out yet. With I don't think that the Chalice of the Gods was out yet. I don't know. I have to look back over it to be certain. And the same thing goes for the Nico book. I don't think that was out yet. But
yeah.
Nico might have been out by that point. So I might have done that, but I don't think I did Chalice yet. But yeah, so that was so that happened. Miraculous movie, Miraculous manga, and then just pretty much nerd chats. I did do a show Dungeon Friends Forever Some Love, and that was the first time that design. I set up a new design for that for Show Some Loves. So
nice.
I think that will be cool. I also did like a video about Missing Link, because there was a new trailer and I wanted to talk about that. So there was a few things. But this was also the year that we changed the nerd chat design. We went from just the standard white background to having us sitting around the table.
Yes, which I think is really cool. It gives us a little bit of personality that we didn't have before.
Yeah, like before it was just like, hey, here's this thing. We're just like we just had nerd chat, and then we had our faces, and then we had the topic. And granted, we don't put the topic on the table as much as we used to, especially during Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween. We haven't really put that on there, and I do want to bring it back. The main reason that we didn't do that for, especially for Christmas and Thanksgiving, was just because of the fact that
we didn't know what we were discussing most of the time.
Most of the time, we didn't know what we were discussing, but also with that, we there wasn't as much space, so I think Nerd Chat 75 was the only Christmas Nerd Chat where we had a thing on the ground, and it was some of the gameplay for Pokemon, and that was basically it.
Yeah.
And I think like part of the reason for that, and the reason why I wanted to do that, was because of the fact that we didn't have the table to just like put stuff on, and I think that going back to the regular Nerd Chat for now is probably a good idea. We might like put like what we're doing in the on the table for for the live one. So look forward to that, people.
Oh my god, all of my fucking Pokemon are evolving right now.
That's fun.
Just all of them, like this, like all of them. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hoppip evolved into Skiploom. Palmy evolved into Palmo. Nice. Fletchling evolved into Fletchinder. That's crazy.
Oh wow! So I just looked through my shorts information. I did all but one of my shorts this year.
Nice.
So it was mostly mini show some loves. So I did one for Hunters Guild, Analia and Duelia, Barrage, Cube Arts, Star Wars, Lost Stars, Crazy Food Truck. I did a weird one about asking important questions. I don't know what that was about. I don't remember. And then there was the frickin' oh my gosh, that was such a weird fucking thing. So for April Fools, Quixote, Backwater J, and me basically did this stupid little reacting to short video. So so Quixote made a little emote thing with the cat girl. Then Backwater J had the had some reactions. Then I had some reactions, but they were in Japanese. It was so weird. And then somebody called me 40.
Okay, the Oracle does not look nearly as mummified as she should.
Yeah, I think that they could have mummified her a little bit more, but
she's supposed to be like a skeleton with some skin. Like,
yeah, I think the main reason why they did that for her is because of the fact that
that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, well, I think that the reason that they didn't go too far was because of the fact that it's dark. You're not necessarily seeing as much of her. So I think that they might change her up when she comes out into the open, and then they would actually like fully mummify her or whatever.
Maybe.
Because at this point it's just like mostly hidden, and the only time it's for a blink and you miss it moment, honestly, that you see most of her.
True.
And then you get Gabe. What do you think of this Gabe?
Not gonna lie, he's not nearly bad enough.
Yeah, that was like my first thought. It's just like
he's got nothing on Smelly Gabe from the movie.
Oh, absolutely! Like, I think it's funny that Gabe.
That is the one singular thing the movie did better.
Yeah. And I think that's insanity to think about.
Yeah.
I think like it's so freaking weird, like a lot of the different things, and I think I've heard like one.
I will say I also don't love this Mr. D though.
Really? I think he's great. I think he was a perfect choice.
He's okay, but he's not He's not who I would have picked.
Fair enough. Maybe they might change him. I think, honestly, I think the problem is that he feels more like a Bacchus than Dionysus, honestly. What do you think?
Sorry, what was the question?
He feels more like a Bacchus to me than a Dionysus.
Yes. Yes.
So I like when I was watching later that day, I was like, okay, so he's pretty young. Like, who are we gonna get for Bacchus when that happens? Maybe freaking Tom Holland.
Oh my God! Seriously.
Like, honestly, like, we don't want him to be like an actual child like Bacchus is in like Roman mythology, but at the same time, like, holy frick. I don't know. I think that would have been funny, but yeah, I don't know. I think that they could absolutely do some really interesting things with because the fact of the matter is that every single one of the Roman versions have to be different from the Greek versions.
Yes, definitely.
And like during all of the conflict and stuff, like both of their faces are just like trying to get out and stuff.
Yep.
Just to be like a total like, holy shit, this is insane. Like, obviously certain characters are very similar to how they are between the two versions, but
yeah,
like some of them are just like completely different characters. Like Dionysus and Bacchus are pretty similar, but Bacchus is significantly younger. Which that's kind of weird, but yeah. But I think that yeah, Dionysus could have been a lot. I think he could have been older. I think that him being an older actor would have made more sense. Of course, they did make a lot of the the Greek gods actually kind of younger gods, younger characters.
Yeah.
Like Chiron, I think is.
Which is funny because I think when I think of a series that made the gods a little bit tinged with millennial juice, you know, I think of Magnus Chase because Loki is wearing a fucking Red Sox jersey, you know, like.
I mean, fair. Like, yeah.
Like in my mind, that vision of Loki is like a 22-year-old skinny guy wearing some ripped up skinny jeans, all black Converse, a black band T-shirt, probably Nirvana, and then his Boston jersey.
You know what would be funny if when we get to Magnus Chase, they still have Loki being played by freaking Tom Hiddleston, but he's like way more chaotic.
It can't be Tom Hiddleston. It cannot be.
I mean, yeah, they're two very different people. But like, imagine if he actually was like.
Oh, the shoes! I love them.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you just saw the shoes. I didn't quite get that.
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of fun because like at that point, they do it kind of interestingly than with the shoes because they do a lot more of show not telling.
Yeah.
Because like when they later on when they're going to be riding a bus to get to the next location, and that's when he finally asks the question of why aren't we taking a plane, and then they go over the whole information, and then they never really specifically go over the fact that I can't wear these shoes.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of interesting. I'm curious to see exactly how they're gonna play that. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be fun.
I love hearing fire trucks when it's absolutely pouring rain. Just the irony.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Well, it's not stupid because, like, obviously electrical fires can still happen, but it's just funny to me. I'm like, it's pouring rain and there's a fire somewhere. How interesting.
Yep. I don't know. It's weird. So, we did two live streams as a group this year. And I've done 5 total this year. So we did Nerd Chat Fortnite stream, and that was on January 8th, and then we did Nerd Chat 39 live, which was
When's the last time we played Fortnite?
I think that might have been it.
Oh my gosh.
I'd have to check Nerds Playing Games. One sec. Because I don't think we
Oh,
recorded any
good
Nerds
God.
Playing Games this year. Well, no, we
I
did.
think we had to have.
We did, I think. All right, switch accounts. Nerds Playing Games. Speaking of which, we have 5 subscribers on that. People should go subscribe.
5 is pretty nice.
So let's see. So we did play Fortnite recently on the 7th.
Of December?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was you guys and I was playing something else, because...
It might. Yeah, I think it was just me and Joker, and then you were playing something else. Because
That's pretty much the only way that could happen right now, because Fortnite's not working on my Switch.
yeah. And then we did Nerds Play Pokemon on August 20th. We did Nerds Playing Mario Kart on August 6th. And then Nerds Playing Parallel July 29th. Nerds Playing Fortnite 3 was July 15th. So let me take a look here. So yeah, so that might so the 15th when we played Nerds Playing Fortnite 3. That was the last time that we played Fortnite all together, I think.
That's a while.
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting Wi-Fi in the new year, so...
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think that we should do a for our live stream, we should do some things that we want to do this year.
Set some intentions for the year.
Yeah, rather like I don't think we should do a specifically a here are the things that we want, here are our resolutions for the year. This is some things that we would like to get done, and we're going to try and do our best.
Yeah.
So like I would 100% I would love to finish up writing Pelora and the Dragon Child. That is my goal, and
That would be great.
that would be truly fantastic. I want to
I'd like to write my story out, my book that I want to write.
Yes, please do. That would be fun. Like if we so what if for us, you and I, we did a let's write as much as we can over the next few so you'll work on your book, I'll work on Pelora, and we'll just be like, okay, what page are we on? Every nerd chat for this year, and we're just like, okay, we need to go further, and we just keep challenging ourselves to do more pages than the other person. What do you think of that?
I'm sorry, I'm watching Grover try to mediate a situation by singing.
I mean, to be fair, that's a great moment. So did you get what I said about?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I love him.
So so each nerd chat as we're recording this year, what if we did how many pages did we write this week?
Yeah.
So and we just like go back and we're trying to beat each other to get as many pages written as we can. And it will be it will basically keep like a tally mark of who wins each week. And we could even
Why is he buying a bunch of gummy, like sour gums? What the fuck?
Wait, what? Oh, Annabeth is purchasing those. Yeah, I don't know why she's doing that.
That's weird.
My guess is that it's Chekhov's gun.
Oh. Something appears in the first act must be used in the second.
Yeah, so basically it's going to be something that she's purchasing now,
Oh,
and then
Mrs. Dodds.
And then it's going to be something really important like later on. Like, oh, wait a minute. What if that? Let me grab my copy of Percy Jackson really quick because I kind of want to see if I can figure this out. Come on, Percy. Come on. Get out of there. if I can get this book out.
Did you get a box set or something?
Yeah, I have. I got the box set of Percy Jackson, so I now have a box set of every single Percy Jackson series except for Apollo.
Nice.
And I also still need to get the physical copies of the Nico book, the Daughter of the Deep, and I think that's it. As well as like the spin-offs, I would like to get those. So let's see here. So I ruin a perfectly good bus.
That should be this part right here.
Yeah, that's where you are. Let me see if I can. Where's my chapter? Okay, here's the chapter.
We visit the Garden Gnome Emporium is what this title this episode is called.
Okay, so next episode is we get advice from a poodle, and I plunge and then I plunge to my death. I would assume that I become a known fugitive is also going to be kind of important for that episode.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking. Yeah. So next episode 4 will probably be we get advice from a poodle, I plunge to my death, and I become a known fugitive. I'm not certain which one exactly it's going to be, but that will I don't know exact details, but those are going to be that's going to be the 3 chapters that are going to be involved for that episode. Maybe I don't think that they're going to go all the way to a god buys us cheeseburgers, because that feels like that would be something more of the next episode.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. So what if those sour gummies are basically something that they used to stop the whatchamadiddle, the Chimera?
Yeah.
That would be kind of interesting, because like obviously they don't defeat the Chimera.
No, they don't. They end up jumping off the bridge.
Yeah. So what if? So I'm kind of thinking maybe they'll do something interesting with that, where it will be I don't know. Basically to distract it for a second, they throw those gummies and then they jump down. They jump into the water.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Like that's how they get it out of there. I don't know.
Maybe. You don't think those are the pearls, do you?
What's up?
You don't think those are the pearls?
No,
think, like,
they are not. Remember, they get the pearls.
No, but like, what if when they're in the river, instead of giving them the pearls, the Naiad like touches those and is like poof, and they're pearls.
That would be interesting. That would be cool. So what? And the reason why they weren't able to get, they only had 3 was because of the fact that she had eaten all of them, but those 3.
Yes. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh my gosh, I would laugh my ass off.
Oh, that would be so good if that's actually what they do.
I doubt it, but I mean, wouldn't that be cool?
That would be That would be so interesting.
Fascinating.
Very. So, yeah, so let's see. So they become, so God buys us cheeseburgers. We take a zebra to
Because that's right after, but that's right after the Garden Gnome Emporium is the cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
So, really, it should be coming up here soon.
Well, so next episode after the Garden Gnome is going to be the stuff where they go to, the Arch, and they're going to, they're going to deal with the poodle. So that's going to be fun. And then after that is going to be cheeseburgers, and they're going to speak with Ares.
I thought... Oh, for some reason I thought Ares shows up at Auntie M's. I don't know why.
No, he's later.
That's right, because she feeds them, and then she tries to convince them that it's not what they think it is, and then... Yeah, that's right.
And then,
I remember.
So, yeah, next... so, the next episode is going to be, obviously, that... Then the episode after that will be when they go to get stuff for Ares in the Tunnel of Love.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Oh, that's gonna be hilarious to see that. I can't wait.
So awkward.
It's so awkward, but it's so good.
It's so funny.
And then Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued. And then so I don't think that they're gonna go all the way to actually doing the they might so I think after they do the whole stuff with Ares and stuff, I'm not certain if they're going to be in the trailer.
Hey,
I'm trying to figure out.
sorry.
Yeah, I think either they're going to end the episode as they're on in the trailer going to Vegas, or they will end as they enter into Vegas and they go to the Lotus Casino.
Lotus.
As basically like
Lotus.
the oh man, the Lotus Casino is such an interesting moment.
It is. And you know what I need to have happen in the casino, though? I
Freaking
need
Nico.
Nico and Bianca to be in the background.
Absolutely. Like, it doesn't even have to necessarily be actually them, or like.
Or I just want a scene where Percy like is walking through somewhere and bumps into a little boy wearing all black.
Yeah, little boy wearing all black, and he's playing Myth of Magic.
Yeah, or he has cards in his hand or something, you know.
Absolutely. So it needs to be very freaking. It either needs to be subtle
Super subtle. Super subtle.
Yeah. So I'm thinking either it's super subtle or he sits down and plays Myth of Magic with Nico and doesn't realize it.
Oh, that could be cool. Maybe.
Because we know that Percy is actually into Myth of Magic.
Yeah.
So, and what if that is how he figures out that they're in that something's fucked up because of Nico, and Nico has like these old Myth of Magic cards.
Yeah, like old, but mint condition originals.
Mint condition originals, but they are so old, and he's just like, the only versions of these I've ever seen are like really old versions, and you've got them really good condition.
Or he says, I've only seen reprints of these, you know, because how like Pokemon has a
yeah,
million cards
exactly.
Pikachu, but
like something like
there's
that
like
would
857
be so good.
billion Pikachus out there, but the original Pikachu is a whole different thing.
Yeah, like that would be so cool to just see, because of like if that is actually what they do, that would be so fucking cool. Like rather because like I think
that's not how I pictured Medusa's veil, but I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, like that would be so cool if that's like Nico is actually involved with them figuring out that they're in the past.
Oh boy.
Or not the past, but they're in the freaking huge issue. They're having their issue, and they're basically thinking that so much time is passing and nobody realizes it, or whatever. I don't. Yeah. But however, he's figuring it out, and like nobody's aging. This casino's weird. This is a problem. Like that needs to be how he figures it out. I think like if that's not how he figures it out, then that's fine. I think that, but like whatever happens, 100% they need to have Nico and Bianca being somewhat in there. It can be as subtle as they freaking want, because the fact of the matter is that hinting at Nico and Bianca is like you don't even they could be literally anywhere in the casino.
Literally.
Yeah. And or this could also be interesting. What if the guy who comes to pick them up, we see him entering into the building as Percy, Annabeth, and Grover are leaving?
Maybe. Yeah, something crazy for sure.
Like I don't know exactly what they would do, but there's like all these little things that could be so interesting if they actually did them.
True.
I do not want to get my hopes up. I do not want to get anyone else's hopes up, but that would be absolutely freaking amazing if they did like something so.
If Rick Riordan doesn't put Nico and Bianca in the background there, he's doing the entire fandom a disservice, and he knows it too.
Yeah, I think no matter what they do, Nico and Bianca have to be hinted at. It doesn't have to be like it could be very subtle, because honestly, this early on, I don't think that
I almost want it to be subtle. I almost want it to just be the camera's panning around and they're playing Just Dance. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want.
Yeah, exactly. It could be so freaking subtle, and that would be great. But the big because the big thing is that this early on, it's really hard to make sure that these kids will be around to be a part of this series for many years.
Exactly.
And considering the fact that they're not going to be in a book, like Nico specifically, because of the fact that he has so much of story to do. So
Yeah.
and like one of the big things that I really wanted to talk about is just like it's important for people to understand that kid actors are such a hard thing to deal with, especially if it's going to be a long running series.
Yep.
So, and the fact of the matter is that if Percy Jackson does well, which at this point in time it has been doing extremely well,
Yeah.
despite,
Here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
They have to plan the series and pray to whoever they want to that they don't get a COVID, they don't get a SAG-AFTRA strike, they don't get like whatever happened. They have to pray that nothing's gonna come so that they can just do a Harry Potter thing where they go from boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and
11 to 17, and that's it. Like,
well, but the other thing about this is that because of the fact that Percy Jackson is such a long series and it's still going, we don't know how long they have to be able to go.
exactly.
Because like at this point in time, it is at least 5 years that they have to keep going and keep making Percy Jackson, and they have to work on that just to finish Percy Jackson. Then they have another 5 years of just focusing on Heroes of Olympus, and the problem with Heroes of Olympus though is that it takes place over 1 year.
Literally.
And it's just like I don't know how they're supposed to do that. I honestly have no idea because it's just like these are kid actors and they're going to have to
Yeah, I have no idea how they're gonna do this.
Yeah, Heroes of Olympus I think is gonna be the hardest one to do, but granted they're gonna be teenagers at that point, and teenagers can kind of be like iffy with depending on how old they look.
Yeah, you can kind of squidge their ages a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't think that it's gonna be as bad.
Well, boys, it's gonna be a lot harder because at some point the boys' voices are gonna change.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if they've already changed, you're golden. If they haven't changed, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because one day they're just gonna wake up and sound like James Earl Jones.
Exactly. So it's just like you have to be extremely
They're gonna go from
careful.
Hi to hello, darling, like overnight, and it's just and you're not gonna be able to do literally anything about it.
Yeah, so it's just like
because even then, after their voice drops, if they pretend to do a higher voice, it's gonna sound vastly different.
Do you know if the Hilda actors are kid actors?
I don't.
Okay, because what's his the boy in Hilda? His voice is so much deeper now, and it's just like if that's actually a kid actor, then holy shit, yeah. Then yeah, no wonder his voice changed.
Yeah.
But meanwhile Hilda and Frida are just like, yeah, we're still sounding pretty much the same.
Well, girls' voices also don't change that entirely that much.
Yeah. That's true. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, and I'm intrigued to see exactly what they're going to do with that, because honestly, I see them going all the way through Percy Jackson, but I also would love to see like some of the spin-offs that happen around that time.
True.
Because
I would.
Like specifically Demigods and Magicians. I want to see that. I want to see frickin' there's another one. What was the other one? I think they did the Camp Half-Blood stuff around that time, and they were right around that age, I think.
Yeah.
But honestly, that one's just kind of a weird situation anyways, because of the fact that it's going to have to be young Luke and young Annabeth who play those.
Yeah.
And young Thalia as well. Thalia they might have her just be that actress. Whoever's going to play her, but
yeah,
because she's supposedly not aging that much. And if they're like figuring out, okay, what are we gonna do? They might be like, okay, you know what? While we're while we're working on this, let's just in the background do that one scene from the Demigod Diaries.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like Demigod Diaries, I don't know. I think honestly the better option would be for like Demigod Diaries, Camp Half-Blood Confidential, whatever they are, all of those different books.
I doubt they're gonna do any of those, quite honestly.
Yeah, any of those books, I think that they would be better animated.
True.
Like the only one that I think that they should make it live action is Demigods and Magicians. But it's kind of a weird situation with that because of the fact that I've heard that Kane Chronicles is going to be animated. Did you hear that?
What, Kane Chronicles is gonna be animated?
Yeah.
That's weird, but alright. I guess that makes it easier to do some of the magic stuff they do.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be kind of interesting. And to be fair, that makes sense for Kane Chronicles, especially because of the fact that, like, that has so much more magic involved.
I mean, they reach into the nether to store stuff, so yeah.
Yeah. So, overall, that would be a cheaper process to do, and it gives them more time to get it done. So, and since at least at this point in time, Demigods and Magicians is the only book where the two series cross over. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
maybe they're going to do more with the current Percy Jackson series, but I don't know.
Maybe. Probably not.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of... they have a lot of work ahead of them, and I don't want to give them more work, but at the same time, please do well.
Yeah.
So that's the gist of it. But yeah, but like I was saying with Percy Jackson specifically, it's like Percy is gonna have to be in probably the most books as a main character at least.
Yeah.
Or the most series. Annabeth is gonna be involved in pretty much every book. She's involved in every book of Heroes of Olympus. I don't think there's a book that she's not in, at least to some degree. But she's not a main character in the first two.
True.
Like, what I am imagining for Heroes of Olympus is that, in the first one, obviously we get to see her every now and again, she's obviously not the main character, but she is there and she's involved. And then in Son of Neptune, I'm imagining them making some new scenes as basically flashbacks for Percy.
Huh.
Like just random things that the two of them ended up doing.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's like a lot of different moments throughout like the spin-offs especially where they just do like these stupid shit, and it's just like that's fun. I would love to see that. And like even if it's just like Percy having flashbacks to those because of the fact that he's regaining his memories, and his strongest memories are those of with Annabeth.
Yeah. Oh, I actually really like that idea.
Like it doesn't have to be too much, but I think that like in the time that they are recording Heroes of Olympus, that might be something that the two of while they're recording Lost Hero, that's when they're also in the background they're recording different scenes involving Percy and Annabeth as they like that we just don't get to see.
Is he holding her head right now with the invisibility cap on it?
Yes.
That's so clever.
It's so good. I love that. I actually
that was really clever. I'm proud of them for that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Get ready for to see Hermes.
Oh really?
Yep. It's just brief, but it makes sense why they cast him now. Do you know who they cast?
No, who?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you just be completely
God.
surprised, and because you're almost done, so I think that we'll have enough time in the video to get to that point.
jeez. All right.
Let me see here. They did. What's her name? Wasn't actually there, was she?
Who?
Electo. I don't. I think. I don't. Was she?
Yeah.
Was she? So they did turn her to stone, in the books.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm just crazy. Cool. That's fine.
It's like, hey, I'm not crazy.
That's advice from a poodle.
I'm not
All
crazy.
right, so let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be so much fun. Just pay attention to the to all of the little details. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah. So I also think it's kind of fun.
I just found a shiny Rookidee.
Huh? Oh, nice.
I just found a shiny Rookidee.
Those are fun. They're nice and yellow.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I think that Corviknight just doesn't look as good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna give it the Everstone, quite honestly.
Yeah, like Corvisquire is fine, but yeah, Corviknight is just like, he's okay. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so turn to stone.
Oh, critical capture on it too. Fuck yeah.
Have you gotten to the them discussing what to do with the head?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he getting ready to ship it yet?
No.
Okay. You're gonna love that moment. It's so funny. I'm kind of being quiet mostly for your sake because it's absolutely fucking hilarious. So let's see. So my guess, they're talking about the about how important the hat is, right?
No, Grover's yelling that
Okay.
he's been trying to keep this this quest on track without pissing either of them off, and
Okay, yeah. So you're close. You're really close. It's funny. Oh my gosh, I love that moment. It's her. It's her only thing from her mother. And so is he? What's currently going on?
he just told them the ending of the prophecy.
Okay, here it comes. It's gonna be fun.
It's so funny knowing what happens to him and Annabeth and how he's right here. So I couldn't imagine us ever being friends, honey. You guys definitely have kids.
Yeah, 100%. You guys have kids, and it's kind of an interesting moment in the newest book because it's like Annabeth doesn't feel comfortable enough to make him blue food, because of the fact that it's kind of a thing between him and his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that's how she kind of feels, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read the newest book yet, or?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Oh yeah.
All right.
Is he wrapping it up?
Yeah, he says. Where's he sending it? Hang on.
You'll see more of the they write the whole
Like
thing.
batteries, you send them back where they came from. I am impertinent.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that scene is just like, I love that specific part. That's just so fucking hilarious. But yeah. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. It's not like a huge deal. But of course you will be seeing who Hermes is in a sec. But yeah. But yeah, I think that Percy Jackson as a series was honestly such a good series, and I can't wait for. They haven't even announced what the next book is going to be, which is kind of like, so what's it going to be? What's it going to be called? What's it going to look like? Especially since that's going to be coming out soon, isn't it? Isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Of course, I am kind of glad that there is still a little bit of time because, let me see here. When is Fireborn 3 coming out?
Oh my goodness, what the heck?
You see who it is?
Yep. Hold on. Well, I saw his feet. I haven't seen his face yet, so hold on.
Here it comes.
I'm so excited. Turn to special key. There appears the button for the 600th floor. I forgot that he sent it to the gods and not... Are you fucking serious right now?
Yep, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Did he just mumble New York City from Hamilton? What? God bless whoever wrote that scene right there. I fucking love that.
I mean, to be fair, like, even though Hermes is a god of travel and a god of, like, delivering and stuff, he still has a little bit of that musical aspect.
No, he plays a fucking harp. Of course he did that. I get it. That made total sense to me.
That is fucking hilarious.
Oh my god. Okay, now I do have to go because I have to do things.
Yeah,
but,
that's fine. I just wanted to have
oh
our
my
reactions
God,
to
are you fucking serious with this right now? I think I remember seeing that he was on the books to potentially play Hermes, but I didn't know that they actually cast him. What the fuck?
Yeah, I wanted to see you actually get that reaction before we ended the video, but yeah, that's gonna be the end of this nerd chat. We went for an hour and 12 minutes. Holy crap! So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and we will see you guys next time later today, actually, with the live stream, where we will be
tomorrow.
Huh? Well, not today. No, because this video comes out at 7 tonight. Tomorrow.
All right.
So yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Today, tomorrow for us. Today for you guys, as the for our final live stream, our final video of the year, our final nerd chat. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys tonight.
I'm.
But on.